Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Dawg Talk.
Wait, Poodawg, you're quitting? Is this the last episode?
Yeah.
Because you're quitting YouTube now because you hate us?
Yeah.
Because you hate us?
Yeah. That's totally what I said, bro.
Dude, I saw it says the end of Poodawg3. The end,
Oh,
bro.
wait, so you did see the video? You did see the video?
Yes.
Oh, it did say the end. It did say the end. You're right. Ah,
So that means
shoot.
this is the last episode.
Is this well, technically the last episode would have been the last episode, right?
What does that mean?
The last episode would have been the last episode ever if that was the end of Poodawg. Is it like the end of like a timeline where it's just it says, "Oh, this is the end, guys. You've reached the end of TikTok."
Look, man, Lag Soda, he already left. I can't ask him these questions.
Well, he's not on the dude. We should totally have Lag Soda, Brayden.
Science pod.
Yeah, we have a science pod with Brayden, and he tells us interesting facts about science.
He's like, yeah, time crystals are actually a fractalization of physics.
That would be so sick if we had him on and he did some stuff like that. We should do that. He'll be episode 10.
He'll be number 10? How many
number...
more is that? Like 2 more?
This is 7, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah.
Three
Yeah, we
more.
can have him on 7 if we want. But, yeah, guys, if any of you for some reason only watch Dawg Talk because, you know, we're a fresh new podcast that keeps it too real. So I hope you don't get offended. But, yeah, if you guys just watch Dawg Talk and don't watch the rest of the channel, yeah, this is a new change we're doing to the channel. It will no longer be called Poodawg3. It will turn into something else that is like based off of my name.
Ethan's Playground.
What is it?
Called.
What is Ryan? Is it Ryan's Toy Review?
Ryan's Toy World.
Is it Ethan's Toy World?
Ethan's Toy World.
We should totally make a whole video where you guys are trying to pitch me new ideas for what the channel could be called.
I'm taking over. We already established this.
The seeds
you
were planted
last year.
April 1st, the seeds were planted last year.
And I said, "Oh, I'll take over. Take over."
And then I was like, "Yeah, that's true. I guess you should."
Now that you're quitting, because you hate YouTube now.
I'm not quitting. I'm not quitting YouTube. What are you saying? I'm not quitting YouTube.
What is your new name gonna? What's your name? Emil the Third.
It might be. That might be the name because
Emil's Movies.
I'll be so. It's not gonna be Emil's Movies. Or like Jack's Films. What am I? Jack's Films. Emil's Films. No, bro.
The new Jack's Film.
I think it's gonna. I mean, it's either gonna be. I don't think you can really make a pun on my name, but I definitely think that my last name will not be part of it because the original problem. That could be it. The original problem with the channel was that I didn't like poo being in it, so then and then people wouldn't really know how to spell dog either. So it was kind of just like a.
Well, do you think people are gonna know how to spell Emil?
I think they can figure it out pretty easily. If they can't, it's just Emily without a Y and an E instead. I feel like Emil is a lot easier to spell than Grunyard. Somebody told me at school this week.
I don't know how to spell it, bro.
You don't know how to spell my last name? Try it.
I don't know how to. Graund.
You were like a few letters off.
I don't know.
There's a G in the middle.
Yeah, I'm not trying again, dude.
Yeah, dude.
I'm not trying again.
Yeah,
dude, that's your name.
I feel like hold on. Johnsson.
Well, yeah, because my name... Okay, first off, it's literally my Discord name.
I wasn't reading it off of Discord.
And then also, it's like the most common name maybe on Earth.
Okay, well, listen, dude. My middle name is part of your last name, so it's fine. Somebody told me I should use my middle name in the new name of the channel, and I was like, I don't know about that.
What is your middle name, John?
It's John, yeah. Emil John.
See, but then, like, you might as well just give the channel to me.
Emil Johnson.
Exactly.
I just named it that. What if I just named it Ethan Johnson?
Then that kind of fuels into, like, kind of the brain rot of, like, Rajan, where he's like, "Oh, you guys live together in my movie."
Oh, yeah. I can't put John in it because John's son and then Rajan. There's too many of you guys.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it won't be anything to do with John. That's why I'm thinking something along the line, even if it's just Emil or something like that. I don't know. I definitely won't put the last name because no one will be able to find it.
What's up with this Poodawg3 Awards? What's this all
Poodawg
about?
Awards? Yeah, a lot of people were wondering that too. I don't know. I feel like I keep saying a lot of people, but it was maybe like a collective of
It's
10
like
people.
it's like one of your friends that's like they text you and like, "What's this?" And it's like Zach.
Dude, a lot more people saw that video than I thought they would. I guess the clickbait on
People like, "Is
well,
this
that
the last one?"
and Instagram. I posted I'm quitting YouTube and then a bunch of people saw. Let me check how many views that's at right now. It's at 104 views and it's my
one out of 10.
It's my number 1 out of 10.
So
Guys,
now maybe your content should shift to just clickbait of "I hate YouTube, I'm leaving."
Maybe
and then don't leave.
Oh, maybe this is see if I was following the Brainrot that like I said I had a problem with of like the oh yeah guys I'm making a Smiling Friends video and then it does really good and then I'm like, oh, I'm gonna make another one. If I follow the same Brainrot here, I would have to make a I'm quitting YouTube video every week. And they would slowly get less views.
And not even so, it'd be like the first one gets a lot of views, and then the second one gets like half,
And then the next one gets like
half.
10. But because that's how it is. That's how it is whenever I like farm content, like, and I do the same type of content. I mean, because I wrote it up in there. If I was a FNAF channel like Dawko or something, then it would make sense because I would be farming FNAF fans, you know. But I feel like what I'm trying to go for more now is fans of like me, I guess, me as a commentator and like movies and TV stuff because the movies
when
and
you make your movies and TVs, they're
Mhm.
like, "Oh, I like movies and TV."
Yeah, so whenever I do that, they're like, "Oh yeah, I like this," but whenever I'm in the movies or something, they'll be like, "Oh wow, I like this guy, so I'm gonna watch the movie because this guy's in it." So
Exactly.
Ethan, can I tell you something? A little tidbit of behind the scenes.
What's your secret?
I've been scripting the videos since since the last one. I scripted next week's video.
Wait, this Dawg Talk is scripted?
No, not the Dawg Talk. The like retirement video was scripted, and that's the first. I don't know why. Maybe that's why I haven't succeeded as well because I never scripted any of my like commentary
Does scripting
videos.
make it better?
It makes it so much like easier to edit, and it feels a lot more like I'm getting to the point, you know, like, and I'm not just
Instead of
tiptoeing
just
around it
yapping.
for hours. Yeah, but I'm
Yeah.
working on a new one for next week, and I scripted it like all day yesterday. It was like 7 pages, but it's probably gonna be like 20 minutes.
Bro, yesterday there was a torrential. So I
A
had
tarantula?
like a torrential downpour.
Oh.
I had a study group for calculus, and it was like across campus. And I didn't bring my umbrella because it wasn't raining when I got there.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was across campus, and then it started like raining so bad, our phone started going off. That was like
It was like weather alert,
flood
weather alert.
warning, flood, like the
Mhm.
flood warning, and it slowed down very slightly for like a few minutes. So I was like, oh, it's my chance to run to my calculus class.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it was like an hour early, I just figured if the rain's slow, it's my chance.
Yeah.
So I get out there. It's maybe slow for like 2 minutes, and it's a 15-minute walk. Right after that, it's like hurricane level like weather.
Oh my god.
I was completely drenched.
Today is Friday right now, and at my school it's been raining since like Wednesday. Like it's drizzling right now, but like it's still raining.
It's drizzling, but the rain isn't bad.
Mm-hmm. Well, I figured you got soaked because I checked my Snapchat like yesterday at like 11 or something, and it's you sent me "Lil bro got drenched" # no umbrella for life.
Yeah, I So I sat in luckily my calculus classroom has no air conditioning, so I wasn't cold. But my pants were completely drenched, and my shirt was completely drenched. My shoes, they're still hanging up, like, on my bed. I kind of tied them to, like, the bed frame, and I'm letting them air dry. I had to take every single thing out of my school bag and let my school bag dry out. All my paper is ruined.
My school bag's waterproof. I found that out.
Mine's waterproof, but here's the smartest thing they ever did when designing this backpack. The bottom isn't waterproof, so it's fine when you're wearing it, but then, like, I put it down on the floor because I was in class, and I was sitting there for a while because I got there, like, at least 40 minutes early.
Oh, and so all the water on it, like, drips to the bottom?
It dripped to the bottom. All the paper absorbed the water from the bottom.
Holy crap. That is horrible.
Yeah. So all my other stuff was fine, just the paper's ruined.
See, my thing, because I found out, like, my first semester in college that my bag was water. Like, I was walking out of class one day, and I was like, well, I don't have my truck, so I need to get home somehow. So I started walking, hoping the rain didn't start, and then the rain started, like, pouring, like you did, like you said. Yeah. And I was, like, on my way to my apartment. I was, like, in the gate of my apartment complex, and I was just, like, running. And it was pouring on me. And then I said, well, I hope my bag was waterproof. I open it up, everything's nice and dry, and I'm like, wow, that's great. I had to find out through experience that my bag was waterproof. I didn't remember if, like, whenever I bought it, it was waterproof.
This is the day before the torrential downpour. Mm-hmm. So I had to, over the summer for one of my classes, I had to read a book, The Things We Lost to the Water, which is about, like, water, I guess. But the author, he came talk to us. I had an issue with this book, okay? He wrote the book, and then the ending, he kind of just didn't end it. And so I asked him, whenever we had our little meeting with him, I was like, why did you do that? And he said, I believe that no book can ever be complete. It should be up to the reader to complete it. They should do that.
Bro,
what?
Bro's bad at
You
writing
have one
endings.
job. You have one job to make... That's like if you're watching a movie and it just ends on, like, the second to last scene. No, bro. I want to see it end.
I feel like some movies do that, but, like, that's... Like, if they do that means that it's supposed to just, like, end. And you're supposed to know what happens because it's, like, implied. But, like, was there no, like, implications of how it could end?
Anyone who's interested in reading Things We Lost to the Water by Eric Nguyen, skip ahead a little bit. I'm going to spoil it. So the ending, one of the sons is in France, and he sees Hurricane Katrina is happening because the rest of his family, they live in New Orleans. And so he's calling. He doesn't get any calls. His mom is, like, on the top of a house, and she's getting picked up by a helicopter. And her other son is, he's trying to get to a hospital, and it just ends there. That's where it ends.
Do you think he gets there?
Probably. I don't know.
I feel like that's not a very good way to end it.
It's not he said he wanted to leave it up to... He said, I feel like after you've read that many chapters, 200 pages of these characters, you should be able to figure out what you believe they would do in the next minute, in the next hour, in the next year even, after the last page.
Bro's really good at trying to explain why he didn't want to finish the book. Why did y'all have to read this book?
I think that I have to write, like, essays about it. This is, like, that social responsibility class.
Is it because it's about episode? Like a hurricane?
I think it's just because it takes place in Louisiana. Mm-hmm. So it kind of talks about, like, issues with, like, immigration and, like, environmental things in Louisiana.
That makes sense.
Might have to do with that. I don't know, but another thing that was, like, actually insane, I couldn't really pay attention to the author of this book some of the time because literally, if you've ever seen the show You, Joe Goldberg from season 4 was just there. Like, he kept walking in and out the building and like looking into the crowd, and then he would like go to the outside and like look at the author. And I'm not even just saying he's Joe Goldberg because he was doing that. He had the beard, he had the face, like he looked like
So he didn't just look like Joe Goldberg. He was acting like Joe Goldberg.
He was acting like Joe Goldberg. He had like the hat on. He was like walking around stalking. He kept coming in and out the building and like looking at us. I don't know what was going on.
I haven't seen you, but that's from like all the TikTok edits you send me about Joe Goldberg. That's what I imagine he would do.
It's like I don't really know what was going on with that. That whole thing was kind of wacky.
Mm-hmm.
And then foolishly I forgot to bring my book, so I didn't get it signed.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah. Oh, you're so foolish, Ethan. You're so foolish. Why would you not bring your book?
Well, maybe I was too busy thinking about Jake Gyllenhaal. You ever think about that?
Craziest transition in the West, dude. Dude was looking at the like outline for the podcast and said, "Yeah, I'm tired of talking about this."
I don't have any more to talk about my crazy meeting because
that one wasn't even on the podcast. Oh, it was on the. I guess it kind of was, but okay.
What are you talking about? What is your problem?
So why were you thinking about Jake Gyllenhaal? Why are you always talking about Jake Gyllenhaal? What is up with this guy?
I have watched 12 of his movies now.
Mm-hmm.
I've ranked them. I like Jake Gyllenhaal because I've never seen one of his movies that was bad.
Oh, is this true?
This is true. I've never seen a Jake Gyllenhaal movie that's bad.
Have you seen Strange World?
I haven't. I'm not watching that. That's a Disney movie.
So you're avoiding. So is Spider-Man.
Spider-Man is a Marvel.
That's a Disney
movie.
movie.
Haven't even seen Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It's not on my list.
Well, he's on it. He's in it. You're never gonna be complete.
Whenever I saw it like a while ago, but
I don't know, man.
No, bro.
You're never gonna complete your full watch through, man, because you gotta watch Spider-Man.
I'll watch Spider-Man. Spider-Man's not a bad movie either, but I don't like these animated Disney movies.
Well,
have you heard anyone ever? Okay, just everyone listening right now, think on this. What do you know about the movie Strange World? Because I know nothing.
The movie Strange World features a group of exploring people in a very strange world. On an alien planet. They have a little gleep
Jake Gyllenhaal is the voice.
Jake Gyllenhaal's in it, and one of the things I do remember on the press tour for Strange World, Jake Gyllenhaal was the one that said, "You know, the world we live in is kind of a strange world too," and no one laughed. Is that your goat? Is that your goat?
That's my goat.
Sure, dude. Dude, I told, I don't know, probably no one listening to this podcast knows this, but I told Ethan this story because my girlfriend's like a Swiftie, so she told me like Jake Gyllenhaal dating Taylor Swift lore, and she made apparently she directed a whole short film about it, as a music video. She hates him because apparently when they were like dating, he was like really
he broke up with her.
Well, yeah, but he was like really mean to her or something. Like he wouldn't even hold her hand in front of people. Like she would try, and he would just be like, "Get away."
He didn't like her.
He didn't really like her. I don't know why he was with her though.
I think that might have been what year was that they were even dating?
I don't know.
I
feel like weren't they like kids or like teenagers?
I think so. I mean, maybe why would they even date if he didn't like her?
Well, I don't know.
She obviously liked him, I guess. If she
obviously, I feel like that's a question that you could ask like anybody that's broken up with their significant other. Why did you even date them if you broke up with them?
Well, no, like if he didn't even want to like touch her, or like if he was like super mean to her the whole time, obviously he didn't like her.
Mm-hmm.
So why be with her? Was it like a she's famous thing, and maybe it would boost up his reputation? I don't know.
I think okay, so yeah, it could have been because she's famous. They didn't date when they were younger. They dated in 2010 and 2011. And
that's what I was thinking, more 2012.
Taylor's. Oh my God, Taylor Swift was 20 and Jake Gyllenhaal was almost 30 years old. He was 29.
Bro, Why did she get with him, bro?
I think I know the reason why Taylor Swift was mad and Jake Gyllenhaal was just kind of there.
Jake Gyllenhaal was like,
Bro said, he's like, he pulled a Leonardo DiCaprio. He was like, no, don't turn 25. You're too hot.
The second they're like an hour older than 18, that's it. That's it. That's when you gotta move on.
Jake Gyllenhaal, he was like going through his midlife crisis already at age 30. He was like, oh, wow, I gotta get with this young woman, this young famous woman.
But no, he's in so many good movies. You should watch them.
And then he starts glazing again.
You should hire him.
The Glaze Factory
to play Poodawg3. You
should
hire him to play Poodawg3 in the next movie.
He would play Zach if he played anybody.
You think so?
I think the way he acts, he probably would be a good Zach. Like, can he like do roles that are like
Ratman?
But no, we would need to do a half Indian, half black person to play Ratman, so they would match for John.
Okay.
Yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal. I think he could be a good Zach because Zach's just a white guy, so.
He could do like the tweaking Zach too.
Yeah, because like I've seen, is it like in Donnie Darko where he like tweaks out? I haven't seen.
He tweaks out in like almost every movie he's in.
I know he even
like
does it in Spider-Man.
That's like the thing he does is he like tweaks out. If you've seen like a Jake Gyllenhaal movie, you'll like them all if you like that movie.
He probably could do something like me because I feel like one of my strengths as an actor is just the ability to tweak out and then be like completely normal afterwards. So I think he could be me, but like, I don't know. I think Zach would probably be a better fit because Zach's like,
who would you
crazy.
Cast to play you then?
Play me? When I was younger and we first started doing that, I remember we did this exact like thing where we fan casted the Poodawg3 movie, and then I made it on Letterboxd as a real movie coming out in 2027. And all my movies got banned. I've been putting them secretly on there, but they keep getting taken off. The Ratman movie didn't get taken off. I think that's still up there, but
it's probably because it's LSU thing.
Yeah, but it's I called it Poodawg Movie All Stars, and I casted Ryan Reynolds as my guy.
So under Ryan Reynolds' discography,
it just said it like the most recent thing. It says Poodawg3 All Stars. That's why they got rid of it. Because I was spreading false.
Just not done that.
If I wouldn't have not done that, all the Poodawg movies would still be on Letterboxd. But I was a stupid little like 16-year-old who thought that I could be funny. But Letterboxd said, no, this is a serious website.
They said, hey man, jokes are for flokes.
I forget that people actually use Letterboxd and like take it seriously.
Who actually takes it seriously?
Well, I know there's a lot of people. I'm not gonna name people specifically, but I know there's like a lot of like when you're scrolling through all the reviews, there'll be people that think they're like actual movie critics and they give it a honest like review.
Whenever I use Letterboxd, I just am like, 5 stars. This movie got a Grimbly in it.
Yeah, like that's my favorite thing to do on Letterboxd is I just like, the first thing that comes to my mind after I watch the movie, I type it, and then it's just on the internet now. Like
exactly.
I don't know. I feel like
that's how you're supposed to.
Yeah, when you write a giant freaking review, just go on like be a member of like Rotten Tomatoes, dude. Just join that. But
maybe those people are members. Maybe that's what's happening.
You think?
Maybe they are real movie.
They're real movie. Maybe that's what's happening. They're real movie critics that just have Letterboxd accounts.
I could never care about a movie enough to just unprompted write an essay about it. Like some.
Oh my god! Yeah, I know some people do that. Like when they watch a movie and then just in the theater they can just, pew 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 pew. This is my review.
Like I could not. I don't have like the energy for that. Dude.
Mm-hmm. I don't either. Especially when I'm done watching a movie. Like I can analyze a film. Like if somebody's ever like, oh my god, Poodawg, please make video essays whenever you turn into a movie channel. I probably could. If you give me like a week, but I'm probably not going to be able to do it in like the 10 minutes I'm sitting in the theater before my friends I'm with are like, can we go? There's no post-credit scene.
Also, why would I want to sit down and write a review on Letterboxd for no reason that's like...
And then it gets one like.
And it's like, you like it, because like you are my friend on Letterboxd. You don't even read it all the way. You just open it and like it.
Usually, though, if someone writes a giant yap sesh on Letterboxd, I'll be so honest. I'm sorry to people who are listening to this and they know me on Letterboxd. If you write a giant yap sesh, there is about a 50% chance that I'll read it. The other 50% chance, I see it, I'm like, oh, I like this person, and then I like their review.
That's how I am with most reviews. If it's like longer than like 6 words, I'm not reading it, bro. I'll just like it. And
if you write a funny review, I will like it in most cases. If you write a very angry review and you're overly angry at like a kids movie, then I'm not liking it. But if you're angry at like a bad movie, I'll like it. You know? If like you really watched Strange World and you were like, this is the worst movie I've ever seen, I would not like your review, bro. I'll be so honest. I'm like, what are you talking about? Spending your day reviewing Strange World and being so mad about it.
I doubt I'd be mad. I'd probably...
You'd probably
like
find
it better
something.
than Roadhouse. I'd probably like it better than Roadhouse.
Probably. You did not like
For
Roadhouse.
viewers who don't know, Roadhouse is a 2024 Jake Gyllenhaal film. I just don't like it very much because I don't like the genre. It's like a Western John Wick type movie.
It's very like 40-year-old dad core.
Guys. Yeah. I just feel like, you know, I guess Jake Gyllenhaal is a 40-year-old dad. I don't know if he is a dad, but he's like 40 now probably.
Well, okay. So you told me you were like, "Oh, wow, I don't like it because I think that Jake Gyllenhaal just took this and he needs to only be in good movies." And I think you've just cracked the code like a few seconds ago. The reason he was probably in it was because he probably watched the original Roadhouse when he was younger, and he was like, "Oh my god, I love this movie." You know? And that's why he wanted to be in this one.
It's just
like if they remade Oppenheimer when you were older and you had the opportunity to be in Oppenheimer, but they made it like horribly, I mean, that's not your fault.
The movie's also not horrible. Let me just say, like, it's a good movie. It just, they could have casted, like, John Cena instead of Jake Gyllenhaal, and it probably would have been better.
John Cena probably would have worked pretty good.
It probably would have been better.
Mm-hmm.
Like, especially, like, it's an Amazon movie. Doesn't Amazon, like, have, like, they own John Cena?
I think they might own him right now because they have, like, so many movies with John Cena in it. There's been, like 2 this whole year. There's Ricky Stenicki and then that new one.
Bought his rights or something. I don't know.
I feel like companies can do that. Can they? Because I feel like what is it? Illumination Studios has bought the rights to Pharrell Williams.
I mean, like Marvel buys the rights to like Robert Downey Jr. when he plays Iron Man. Well, he wasn't in any other movies.
I feel like that's just because he's like busy, but I don't know.
Well, yeah, they could do the same thing with.
But like Pharrell Williams, dude,
like,
he's getting a Lego movie, bro, made by Universal.
Like a movie about him.
About his? Did you not hear about this?
No, I did not.
No, dude, they're making a Pharrell Williams movie in like the style of Lego, but it's a biopic about his life.
What?
Yeah. They they had character posters one day, and they were like, "Here's the reveal of how Kendrick Lamar looks," and I'm like, "What?
What? In Lego?
In Lego, they have Lego Kendrick Lamar in that movie."
Well, one thing we know is the soundtrack is gonna be crazy.
The soundtrack will be crazy if they have the rights to all these artists. I'm sure they wouldn't have said no.
I don't know, like Pharrell Williams' life, but like, how crazy can his life really be? It's not even over yet. Why are we making a biopic about it?
How old is Pharrell Williams? What is he going to talk about? How he was like in the Minions movie?
Like, I thought biopics were for people who are like dead.
Yeah, like they did the one on like Freddie Mercury and stuff like that.
Crazy. Like, but I thought it was like, once your story's over, you tell it. I feel like that's not something you do. Like, if you would go out right now and make a biopic, I mean, you could make one about like being in high school and making the Poodawg movies, but like, why?
Pharrell Williams is 51 years old.
Oh, my bad.
He does not look 51 years old.
Why is he still making like Minions music if he's 51?
No way.
Old people should be making like weird like slow dancing music.
Pharrell Williams is a year younger than Snoop Dogg. Pharrell Williams kind of looks great for his age.
Well, I mean, 51 isn't that old.
It's not that old, but like...
It's not that old.
It's not that old, but like... Snoop Dogg kind of got a lot of wrinkles and stuff. That could be the 420, but...
Yeah, I think that might be some other substances.
Yeah, that made him pretty wrinkly. But like, I guess Pharrell Williams lived kind of like a normal life.
He might be straight edge.
He might be. Who knows? I don't really know. I'm not going to look that one up. So, speaking of movies, these crazy new movies that they're making. Did you watch the Minecraft movie trailer?
I'm not watching that movie, bro.
Dude. QSTO Sniper sent it in like the group chat we have. Like the day it came out and said, "Guys, we watching this in April."
No, bro.
And I was like, "No, dude, that looks awful."
It's literally just like Jumanji, but if it was in Minecraft font. It's not even like Minecraft because it's live action. It's like they kind of just made Jumanji, but like kind of changed it up a little bit.
I'll be so honest. I like the trailer.
Like...
For the 2 seconds, they didn't show the real people, and I think that's the consensus everybody has.
Yeah, because it's a Minecraft. Why didn't they just make it look like Minecraft story mode?
If they made it look like Minecraft story mode, or those like animated trailers they do for Minecraft.
Yeah, they could have done that, and people would love it.
Because I feel like they're gonna treat it like an animated movie, but it's just gonna have real people. Like, why?
And also, most of the movie is animated. So
also,
why are we having the real people?
Also, for another thing, how creative like the Minecraft world makes like the player be. Why the hell was this the most uncreative like plot ever? It's literally, like you said, it's literally the plot of Jumanji.
It's just Jumanji, but in a Minecraft font. And, I mean, I guess that makes sense. Because Jumanji is about real people going into a video game, and that's what this movie is. It's real people going into a video game. So,
well, yeah,
it's just Jumanji. It's just Jumanji. That's it. It's just Jumanji in a Minecraft font. They could have had it be like, oh, I'm Steve, and my mom was killed by the Ender Dragon, and so then Steve has to go on a quest to stop the Ender Dragon.
Mm-hmm. I feel like they could have done like a story, not of the trope of like human in cartoon, or and then they do cartoon in human. Like that's what they did for Sonic.
They just had like the Mario movie, and that one did really good. And it was animated.
It also was like the same shtick of like humans going into the video game world. Because Mario is a human, and then he goes into the Mushroom Kingdom. Which, I mean, I don't know.
That movie, at least, was animated in the style of Mario.
Yeah, and then they had a lot of references to, like, the actual games and stuff. Like, I'm sure the Minecraft movie is going to have a bunch of references to the games. But, like, well, not the games, the game. But, I don't know. It looks bad. It looks horrible. I feel like bad. The way they do it, it could be like one of the best movies ever, or it could just be so bad. Not like the best movies ever. Gonna be, but like you know what I mean.
Best movie ever, and I don't think it's gonna be the worst movie ever. I think it's just gonna be a movie of all time. Like maybe
and that's what's disappointing. Sometimes. That's what's disappointing is that it's gonna be a bargain bin DVD at Walmart, but it could. It also. I think one of the only ways to save this, because people keep saying, guys, whenever we didn't like the Sonic design, we made them change it. How about they do it with
this? They're not going to change it, bro.
They ain't changing this one. This one is the whole movie.
They would have to go through and like change the entire thing, because unless it's like the real people just go in the portal and then they change into like Minecraft skins.
Mm-hmm.
That would be the only way they can change it, but they'd have to reanimate literally everything.
Like every frame from the movie. And it comes out in April. I mean, I know they delayed the Sonic movie, 1, I think because of COVID, and then 2 because of the stuff. No, I don't think because of COVID. I think this was before COVID.
I think it was before COVID.
The if they delayed the Minecraft movie, we probably would not get it until like 27 if they had to reanimate the whole movie. Because like, I mean, technically, what they could do,
the whole movie. They're gonna make a small profit off of this movie because there's gonna be a million little kids who are like, I love Minecraft, and parents are going to say, "Oh, my son loves Minecraft.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to the Minecraft movie." It's not like Borderlands, where Borderlands is banking on like 30-year-old adults or 40-year-old adults that
Mm-hmm.
play Borderlands, and they actually have a brain and can think, "Oh, I hear this movie's bad. I'm not going to watch it." This is appealing to little kids.
Yeah.
So it's going to make money. It's going to make a profit, even if it's the worst movie ever. Just because little kids are going to be like, "I love Minecraft. I want to go see a Minecraft movie."
Okay, so
And
this is the
mom
real
and dad are
question.
gonna say
This is the
yes.
real question. Do you think it will be less or more profitable than the Super Mario movie?
I think it's going to be less profitable.
I think so
But
too. Because I feel like
I think it's
families.
going to make a profit.
I think it's gonna make a profit, but I don't know. I feel like families went a lot
Mario
more to the
movie had Illumination
Mm-hmm.
as the studio, and also it was an overall like good movie with the Mario name. Kids love Mario. I think Minecraft movie, unless it turns out it is really good. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't seen it. But it doesn't seem like it will turn out to be very good.
Yeah.
I think what's going to happen with that movie, it's going to come out, it's going to be a movie, little kids, and maybe even some older people are going to be like, "Oh, I want to go see it because it's Minecraft."
Mm-hmm.
They go see it. It makes its profit, but I don't think it's going to be like a movie that like people talk about for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be like when it first comes out, you'll see like a few TikToks about it, and that'll be it. It's not going to be a movie people like care about. It's not going to make the top of the box office.
Because the
either,
interesting
probably.
thing is, like, not a lot of people talked about the Sonic movie after it came out, but a lot of people talked about Sonic 2. I feel like a lot more kids like Sonic the Hedgehog now because of those movies. Because they're, like, decent films. Like, the Mario movie and the Sonic movie, they're both, like, pretty decent, like, kids movies. They're not, like, they're not the worst thing ever. They're pretty good.
Now, we also don't know. This movie could be good. It doesn't look like it's respecting the source material and or even like using it to its full extent.
Well, Warner Brothers is in like desperate need of money, I feel like, which I don't know how, because they just did like Barbie last year, which is like one of the biggest movies ever. But I don't know. Warner Brothers are always complaining about how, we need more money, yet they like delete every cartoon that they've ever made. Aren't they getting rid of Cartoon Network? I heard that rumor.
I have no idea. But on Max, I was trying to watch like the HBO Max exclusive. I forget what the show's called, but it's the guy that made Regular Show.
Mm-hmm.
He made another show on Max that's kind of like Regular Show but with humans.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of more like adultish. I tried to go watch it, and tell me why it's deleted. It's not on HBO Max. It's an HBO Max exclusive.
One of my least.
It's not on any pirating websites either. I just can't watch it.
One of my least favorite things about the age of like digital media, where we have to watch everything on streaming services, is things become lost media so quick. Do you know that? Remember when the Five Nights at Freddy's movie came out on Peacock? Like they were like, "Oh yeah, it's coming out on Peacock and in theaters at the same time." You know it's not on Peacock anymore?
Five Nights at Freddy's?
Yeah, it's on Prime, luckily. I found it, but like it's not on Peacock anymore. Like that was the only place that you were able to watch that besides the theater, or you buy a DVD. And that's which I bought a DVD because I heard the rumor around like my birthday that they were getting rid of Five Nights at Freddy's off of Peacock, and I did not want that movie to become like lost media to me. So I was like, I'm buying this on DVD. So I bought it around like in January.
I just don't get, like, especially with that, you have a fully made TV show with 2 or 3 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Why in hell would you delete it? It's an original.
Why?
Max original.
Does it
Why
cost them
delete
more
it?
money? Does it cost them more money to keep like these
I
certain
looked
things?
into it. It said that they merged with Discovery Plus.
Yeah.
And so they took off a couple, like they took off Infinity Train, they took off that show, they took off like another show, because they said they want to have like a different brand look.
Well, you know what they're also doing? They're deleting like all the Looney Tunes and stuff, which is crazy.
But like, I just don't get why. Like, what do you
gain from getting rid of the Looney Tunes? Well, the Looney Tunes weren't hurting your brand.
Like, you already had this made.
Yeah.
And if you're not going to give it to someone else to stream on their website, why are you getting rid of it?
And like, yeah, of course, little kids probably aren't watching like the Looney Tunes, but like, who knows? One day they might discover, oh, what is Bugs Bunny, and then they watch it, and then they love the Looney Tunes. I
And
mean,
also, I doubt they're just like, unless they're just like straight up deleting this stuff, like the Infinity Train and the other show. Unless they're just like absolutely just getting rid of it, which they might be. I don't know. But streaming is literally just they have it somewhere, and you're accessing their files somewhere else to stream it. So them just taking it off of there doesn't save them any storage. So it's not saving them any money.
yeah.
It's literally just they aren't showing it to anyone. They're hiding it.
Like, why hide it? Why hide it? What's the point?
It's literally stupid.
That's what, like, I
don't-
mean, Disney Plus, I feel like, is not, I don't really, I kind of like Disney Plus. I don't really like all the original shows they do, but the one good thing about Disney Plus is I feel like they don't really take things off. Like, Disney
Nope.
Plus has a gigantic library of stuff, but they never really take things off unless it goes off of Hulu and you had access to it through Hulu. But, like, they have,
So-
like, The Cat from Outer Space on there. Parts 1 and 2.
Disney Plus did a very similar thing. They had a Disney Plus original movie. It was like a Christmas movie. I don't remember what it was called, but I know
Noel?
they just deleted it.
They deleted Noel?
I don't know if it's Noel. Let me look. I'll go sleuth on the web.
Because I didn't hear about this. I didn't hear about them deleting stuff. I just know that Disney Plus will always, like, I'll be trying to look for a movie, and they have, like, the craziest stuff on there that is in Disney's, like, backlog, that I'm like, why is this here? Why is this here? So that's why I assumed Disney Plus wouldn't, like, get rid of a bunch of stuff. Unless it was, like, offensive or something.
Bro, I can't find it, but I swear I've heard about this.
The only Disney
I
Plus
can't
original
find it.
Christmas movie I heard about is, like, Noel. Or they had the Home Sweet Home Alone thing. It was like Home Alone 4 or 5 or something. That was horrible. They can get rid of that. That can be lost media. I'm fine with that.
Can we delete it?
Guys, can we delete the new Home Alone? It's so bad. I remember I think I watched Noel. It was like the daughter of Santa Claus or something. Because that came out like right whenever... Nah, Noel's still there. It's not that one. But like they got some crazy stuff on Disney Plus now. Now that they're like merged with Hulu. Like they've got like... Let me see. They got Slaughterhouse on there, bro.
So Disney Plus like removes originals and then puts them on some other places for you to rent them. But there are 3 movies that are not available for rent or purchase that were Disney Plus originals: Black Beauty, Magic Camp, and Darby and the Dead. Those 3 movies were intended for theatrical release, but then debuted on Disney Plus during the pandemic, and then got taken off of Disney Plus, and then just never went anywhere else.
I feel like that's one of the worst things that could happen too. You spend so much time and effort in your life trying to make something, and then it just goes on streaming, and then it just disappears entirely.
Like, I don't get how that can happen.
I don't either.
Is it,
like, who cares if
because-
no one's watching it?
why don't you just give it to Netflix?
I'm sure
like-
no one's watching episode 902 of The Simpsons every single day. Like,
Is it the directors themselves are asking for money? Maybe they're like, hey, if my show's gonna be on this site, I want,
maybe
$50,000 a year. And if that's the case, yeah, I'm not putting your thing on my platform. But if it's like, I'm a director, I go to Netflix, I'm like, hey, for $10,000 you can have the rights to my movie for however long you want. Hell yeah! If I'm Netflix, I'm taking the movie. I'm gonna pay them $10,000 to take the movie.
if I feel like the money was like up front, and then you don't have to. I feel like that's probably how most streaming service things are. Like
That might be what it is. It's just they don't feel like paying the directors and all the actors.
Well, another thing is like, if they're not paying them like crazy, then like, why take it off? I still don't get that, because I just hate the idea that something can become lost media. Something that like, the Poodawg3 movies. If YouTube died today, no one would be able to see them like ever. And you know how much effort we've put into those things?
Well, I mean, don't you still have copies of them
I mean,
somewhere?
no, I have copies of them, but no one can see
I'm
them like for a while until I figured out how to distribute them. Plus, they have copyrighted music, so I can't like sell them.
I'm sure they will, like, if YouTube goes away, I'm sure there will eventually be something that is just YouTube, but called, like, Video Max.
See, I think YouTube won't ever go away. It might be bought out by a different company or something, and it might be called something different. But like, I don't think YouTube. Like, not saying like, oh, there'll always be YouTubers or whatever. But I feel like like YouTube won't go away because it's a housing platform for like media. Like, it's an easy way to upload something and like just say, oh, go watch this video about it explaining the topic, and then you can just click on the link and then you can easily watch it. Like, it houses long form videos. It's better than Vimeo for sure too.
The one issue with YouTube though is that it like just bleeds money. It makes Google like no money. Like, they lose so much money a year running YouTube.
Yeah.
That would be the only reason I could see they would want to get rid of it, but at the same time I don't think they would.
I feel like if they were that worried about them bleeding money, all they would do is take away monetization on YouTube. So there would be no more YouTubers anymore. If they only cared about making money, which, to be honest, could be huge for the landscape of YouTube, because we could get rid of like the Brainrot people just doing literally horrible, flooding the feeds with horrible content, and then they won't care anymore because you're not making money. What do they care about? Making people happy? I doubt it if you're doing stuff like that.
And then the YouTubers would have to rely on like Patreon.
They would have to rely on like Patreon and stuff, which I'm not saying that's how it should be, but I don't know. I feel like there should be some sort of like we need to get rid of all this like filth on the internet. Like, there's so much, and YouTube Shorts is full of it. And I'm not saying it's just anyone who makes YouTube Shorts are making brain dead content. What I'm saying is like every other video is like what used to be everywhere on TikTok, where people are just like cutting like clay, and then on the other side it's like Subway Surfers and it's explaining a story. Like, that is literally brain rotting content.
It's just brain. I watch that though. I watch that.
No, stuff. I watch it too, but it's not good. It's not good for us. It needs to like go away, dude. Because I genuinely feel like, you know, I don't know if you've ever seen those memes where they're like, oh yeah, I genuinely feel like my brain is rotting. Like, it's not even just because I'm laughing at like Skibbity Toilet or whatever. It's like sometimes I'm watching YouTube or like Instagram Reels or TikTok for like hours, and then I'm like, what am I doing with my life? And then like 3 hours of the day are gone, and I'm like, this is horrible. And then my brain just feels like it doesn't work anymore. Like, I feel stupid. You know? I feel like this is a problem everybody has.
See, I wish I had 3 hours to go on to TikTok, but now I have to worry about calculus, so.
See, that's better, because at least you're working your brain muscles.
My brain needs a break, bro.
Brain does. I mean, your brain needs a break too, which.
Yesterday, I spent an hour and a half doing one problem on my calculus homework.
I still can't
believe
that.
There's 10, bro. And then that's only on one lesson. There's a whole nother lesson that's also due.
When's your first quiz or test?
That's 10 more problems. Monday, which whenever you guys see this episode when it releases, like 3 hours after that's my first quiz.
So guys, comment down below. Good luck, Ethan, on your calculus quiz.
See, but I'm hyped. My professor, he said, there's 4 problems, each worth 3 points. So that's 12 points, but the test is 20 points total. 8 points come from writing your name on the paper.
Oh, really? That's kind of crazy.
You know, I'm feeling better about this because that's a bit of a plus.
It's always the best when the professor is like, you get these very unnecessary points for no reason.
He's trying to save us.
He is.
Because he knows we don't know.
And he knows it's hard.
Yeah, it's kind of... Calculus 2 is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah. You want to explain how you were able to understand one part of it? Speaking of brain rot.
So
Which I think this is a good way to use like the AI voice generator if they're gonna do it and make brain rot content.
last week I was doing like use substitution, and I opened my Instagram and I see a new message from Emil. I open it up and I say, "Oh, what's this?" And it's a video of Jenna Ortega, Barack Obama,
And Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast explaining use substitution to me, and they explain it much better than my professor.
Well, yeah, because they explain it in such a casual format.
So, I watched that and it helped me with my homework. That's next level brain rot.
That is next level. I see this. There's this guy. So basically, what we're talking about is there's this guy on Instagram. I don't know if he has a TikTok or YouTube Shorts or whatever, but there's at least I know he has an Instagram.
Well, no, there's multiple guys because
there's multiple.
I now that I followed him, I get more. There's another one who posts like other
like science
problems.
I know
there's like a chemistry
guy.
one.
Uh-huh.
There's multiple guys who do this content, which is just science and math, tutoring or like explaining it, but they use like deep fakes or whatever, AIs of like celebrities to explain it.
Yeah.
To you.
Or they use like brain rot stuff. Like I remember there was one that this was the first one I found was like how does like I don't really know what it's called at this second. When like probability. It was explaining probability using like Roblox characters and the little tater tot guys with the those guys. They were like if I grabbed one into this group of 4 and I grabbed a tater tot, what is the probability that I have a tater tot that's a girl? And it's like you have a 55% chance because there's 2 tater tots and 2 Robloxes and one's a boy and one's a girl of each like Roblox and tater tot. And I was like, wow.
Over the summer, Tristan, viewers who don't know, that's the Forest Goblin.
Yeah.
He found some sort of Instagram page that posted like calculus problems, but instead of using like X or any sort of variable, they used like Minecraft diamonds and like iron ingots, or like they would use like zombies, and he would like send them to me and he would try and like solve them. like it would be like derivative 2 iron ingot cubed minus gold ingot cubed over iron nugget. And he's like, I gotta figure it out.
See, I feel like that's not the worst kind of like brain rot though, because at least you're learning something. And I mean, it's basically like they're using our brain rot to like help us. You know? Like we're all brain rotted, but I think it helps. I mean, you were able to do your freaking your homework.
I was. The brain rot is insane, though.
It is.
I think
that it takes that.
Social medias. I gotta get off of them.
Yeah, dude. Dude, we should do no social media challenge.
Starts tweaking. I start like scratching my neck. I need to check my TikTok. I need a TikTok. That's me after 3 hours of no social media.
I need to check my TikTok.
Dude, Brayden starts tweaking. I'll be like, oh, I'm doing calculus. Time for a little break. And I open up TikTok, and he'll like look over and he'll be like, that's not calculus.
That's not calculus. Brayden's like your dad in there. He's like, yeah, well, I thought you were doing calculus. You can have your TikTok when you're done your calculus.
The other day, I got a like Instagram message, so I opened up Instagram, and he turned to face me, and he said, "What does this have to do with calculus?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" I don't know. He's like, he watches me, I guess. I don't know what this is
You watch
about.
it, well, because he finishes his so quickly because he knows it.
See, I need to get on his level.
Mm-hmm. Well, I feel like he needs to get on your level because isn't he in lower level classes than you?
He's in Calculus 1, but he knows, like, for whatever reason, he, like, spends his free time watching, like, people do math on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So he knows up to, like, Calculus 3.
Yeah.
So, like, he'll be like, oh, I know how to do this. This is simple. And he, like, does it. And I'm like, what are you talking about? You're in Calculus 1.
And he's like, well, bazinga. And I'm like, wow. I feel like, do you think Brayden's going to, like, freak out whenever he watches this episode of Dawg Talk? And he's like, wow, they talked about me for so long in this episode.
Viewers, go look at his channel. He posts videos on the states of matter.
He also he posts educational content, but he does it in a way that's very, like, entertaining. It's kind of like a Vsauce type thing.
Yeah, it's like, he's like Vsauce, kind of.
And that's what he wants to do, at least. So go subscribe to, if you've watched an hour into this podcast, go subscribe to Brayden Like Soda.
Last night I walked into the room, and on the TV, because he brought a TV, he was watching like a 10-hour loop of like a Vsauce 2 video about like wormholes.
What?
I was like, what is this?
Oh, because it's a wormhole?
Yeah, apparently it's like a loop. And then so it like looped. It was like a video that went on and on for 10 hours. I was like, why are you watching this?
But, okay, Ethan, before we end this podcast, I would like to discuss one more thing with you. And since this is a movie-related podcast, I'm going to bring this up here because we started arguing about this over text the other day. What is your issue with the Insidious movies?
They're just not... They're not the best. I only seen the first one. I haven't seen them all.
I watched 1 and 2, and I thought they were quite enjoyable.
I'm not saying they're not enjoyable, but just like they were so hyped up. Like I feel like after watching that first one, they shouldn't have had made a second one. All right, I'll just put it that way. No way.
But they left you on a cliffhanger, Ethan. They left you on a cliffhanger.
No way they got enough money to justify making 6 damn movies out of this. They're just riding that train.
Ethan, you know they have one in development right now? You know they have one in development right now?
They might as well cancel that one. There's no reason.
Why?
There's no reason.
I've heard the later ones are not good at all.
The first one isn't that good.
The first one has really good like cinematography, I think.
But like overall, the movie's like maybe 3, maybe 4 stars max out of like 5.
I give it 4.
Like
I give it 4 out of 5.
I think that's like the highest you can give it.
It's not a perfect movie. It's not a perfect movie. I just think it's a cool concept. A hot take I have about the Insidious movies is that they are better than The Exorcist, like the original Exorcist.
Well, I haven't seen that either, but
hot take for me, the original Exorcist is so boring. The ending of The Exorcist, like the scene where she spins her head around and vomits, well, like the actual Exorcist. That's the only thing you know with the movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's the only thing that like happens in the movie. The rest is them just like talking and being like, "Oh, my daughter might be possessed. Oh, what are we gonna do? They go to like it starts off in like Egypt, because it's like a pharaoh's curse or something that makes her an exorcist or something. I don't even know. I watched that movie and I was so angry with it. Like everyone has always hyped up. I guess this is a similar thing that happened with you in the Insidious movie. But, like, everyone has hyped up The Exorcist since I was so young, and they're like, oh, my God, it's so scary. And then I watched it, and I'm like, this is so bad, dude. Which I guess it probably would have been good, like, if I watched it when it came out, because there would be no movies.
1970?
Well, yeah, because there would be no movies like The Exorcist. But now there's, like, a million movies like The Exorcist.
That do it better.
That do it so much better. Insidious is
the
much better.
The violin in Insidious is like...
When I was watching those movies, I watched it with my family on Labor Day weekend, and because I'm going to Halloween Horror Nights later this month, and and I was like, oh, I need to watch all the movies that they have the mazes on. So we were watching the Insidious movies, and it started off with that violin throughout the entire. We watched both 1 and 2 back to back, and throughout the entirety of that, I kept having like a tick in my brain where I'd go.
It's like the most memorable part of that movie, and not because it's a good thing. It's just like, what is this?
It's the Black Bride's like theme, and it's so
It's, like,
odd.
jarring.
It's jarring, yeah.
It's jarring
Because they use it when only the Black Bride is on screen. I didn't know that
what is that? I didn't even notice that.
The Black Bride is the guy that possesses the main, the dad, the guy, how he gets possessed at the end? That's who possesses him, is the Black Bride.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't get that.
Yeah, well they explain it in the second movie. That's who was possessing him.
Maybe that's why I didn't get it.
And they kind of had this like generational beef between the Black Bride and the dad, Josh, because it was I don't know, the Black Bride had been haunting him since like a child, because he wanted to get his like childlike wonder back or something, because he didn't get to have a childhood or something. But I don't know. That was the whole thing with that guy. I thought that was cool. And then you know how the door like randomly is open in the first movie and like the alarm goes off? You remember that? That was caused by in the second movie, they were in the further and they were walking like through the house and stuff to go get to like them in the first movie. Apparently the further you can just like transverse time and stuff.
Well, I didn't watch the second movie, but I just feel like, especially when like movies have like 6 parts, I feel like the first movie should be really good. Like I have high expectations.
That's true.
Like if it was just like a standalone movie, I would not have as strong emotions, but like it's hyped up and there's like 8 parts of this damn series. That first movie better be really good because it has so much riding on it. Like it's an investment. Once you watch the first one, now I gotta go watch all 8 of these movies now.
Nah, bro.
If the first one's not good, I'm mad.
Nah, bro. But what about the that demon that shows up that's haunting the little kid? Dude, that guy looks scary as hell.
What are you talking about?
You know that red,
like a little,
that red face guy.
A little like, he looks like him from Powerpuff Girls, dude.
No, dude. Well, yeah, so what? That dude, this is, he looks scary as hell. That shot where he's, like, behind the dad, oh my god, that shot is, like, freaky weaky, dude. I love that shot.
He's kind of freaky, but I feel like...
He looks like Freddy Krueger, though.
Is like a movie we could have made. I don't know.
Yeah, I think we could have,
It's my hot take.
We couldn't have done the scene in the further. I love the scene when they go to the further to get the kid, and... I didn't realize they did the tiptoe through the window. I didn't know they did that. And then randomly they would start playing that. And I was like, what is this? And at the end, when they were playing it, and he was just like, he was sharpening his claws, and it was on that like 0.5 lens. That was crazy. I love that.
It's not like a terrible movie. I feel like it could have been so much better.
You know a movie I think you would like absolutely hate?
What movie?
House of a Thousand Corpses.
I never even heard of it.
Dude, it's a Rob Zombie movie. Mason loves that movie. I watched it the other day, and I was just like, dude, Ethan would, like, hate this movie. I thought Rajan would hate it, but then he told me, dude, I love horror movies that are, like, so scary. So this movie is basically about these guys traveling through, like, Hicktown, Texas, and they eventually stumble upon this family that are, like, psychos, and they, like, it's like Five Nights at Diddy's. And they, like, get murdered and stuff. And they don't get, like, any... Like, the protagonists don't win. At all.
See, I wouldn't be mad about the protagonist losing. As long as the movie is, like, not just, like... Oh, they're gonna die. Oh, no. The whole plot is, like, these crazy people want to kill them. If there's, like, actually something going on in the movie, I'll like it.
Well,
but, like,
there's not once in this movie where you have a second thought of like, oh yeah, these people, they're gonna make it out of here. No, bro, these people are crazy. They don't like have a shot of making it out.
But like,
it also
why? What's the movie about, bro?
Well, the movie is about
just them dying.
Yeah, basically, the movie is about how cool the Rob Zombie team can edit a movie because they do a lot of cool visual effects. Showing nudity and showing a lot of gore because it has very like the entire movie has practical effects, so it's like
Nah, bro.
they do a lot of practical effects in that, almost to the point where like I got nauseous when I rewatched it the other day.
Yeah, no, bro, I'm good. You can watch that movie. I'm gonna stick to
Jake
my
Gyllenhaal.
my Jake Gyllenhaal movies where like it's just kind of it makes you feel uneasy because he's like screaming and tweaking out, and you're like, oh man.
Have you seen Split?
I did when I was younger.
I watched it when I was
good.
younger, and I remember I liked it. I don't want to watch it again
Why not?
because I have a fear in my head that it wasn't good. But when I watched it as a kid, I thought it was like
Well,
an awesome movie.
go watch it and see.
Because I remember.
What's
Well, do you know Split was like a part of a trilogy of movies?
yeah, it's the Unbreakable, Split, and then the one with Samuel L. Jackson.
I really did like I think Unbreakable is like a really like genuinely. I think that's a good movie.
I don't know. I've never seen that one. I just seen Split, and then there's like a team up movie between the three of them.
Well, yeah, and it's Glass. I don't think they team up. They just all kind of fight each other in an insane asylum.
Yeah. I feel like, I mean, what's the fear of I don't want to rewatch it because it might be bad? If it's bad, then it's bad. If it's not, it's like okay.
I guess you're right.
Like, is there like a cult following for the movie? No
No.
one really talks about it.
No one really talks about Split or the Unbreakable trilogy.
Like no one cares. Just watch it. And if it's not good, it's not good.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I don't know, but all right. I think
We didn't even get all of our topics.
we
man.
We didn't
What is
because
this?
we made up new topics along the way. But I think this is about. I think it's long enough of an episode to do. But so Ethan, do you want to make an intro? Because we were able to talk about movies for an hour, and now it's like done.
Don't worry, be doggy.
Top 10 worst outros of all time.
There you go. Talk to you later, dog. Talk to you later.
Dog talk to a year later. Maybe that's why you do the outro. Okay, see you guys next week.